seeing a well-trained, well-groomed Australian Shepherd is, ooh, I want one of those. And you can say it's gorgeous, but you shouldn't be getting a dog because it goes well with your couch. They're not appropriate for every family. You have to really like a bright and quick mind and want to head it in the right direction. When I first had Aussies, I had other breeds too, and I used to say that when I left my original dogs in the car and said, don't jump out this window, they wouldn't jump out at all. But an Aussie would jump out the other window and say, you said don't jump out that window. They just have an inventive piece about them. They're bright enough. If somebody hasn't set the parameters, they think they can make the rules.
That's not surprising. Their lineage is composed of some of Europe's finest furry enforcers. And performing the same task as their ancestors, Aussies have become adept at herding sheep and cattle. As you might have guessed by their unique appearance, which can present multicolored or mismatched irises, there's more than meets the eye with this breed, especially when it comes to their name.
The Australian Shepherd's breed name is a bit of a misnomer in that it really was not originally an Australian breed. And this happens a lot with AKC breeds. The breed name sometimes is right on the money, and sometimes the breed name is a red herring. And this is one of those cases.
The origin of the breed isn't precise. The thoughts are their ancestors originated in the Basque country of Spain.
The Basques were master herders, and they bred magnificent herding dogs. And the ancestor of the Australian Shepherd was actually a Basque dog. There were a contingent of Basques that went to Australia at one point simply because, Australia was a vast open space with opportunity for anything you wanted to do. There was this gigantic continent with hardly anything in the middle of it. A person with a half imagination could look at this and see, boy, I could have cattle here spread out as far as the eye could see.
When sheep were being imported from Spain to Australia to start some quality flocks there, shepherds went with their dogs. Australia became a place to bring in quality sheep years later into the western part of the United States.
The Australian Basques, it just seems like a strange combination, but this is the world and people are going all over the place. The Australian Basques come from Australia to California and they set up shop there. The Californians who greet them there and set them up in their herding enterprises, their ranches, took that dog that they brought with them to be an Australian indigenous breed because these people brought them from Australia.
And they were just referred to as the Australian Shepherd, but they were not solidified as a breed in Australia. In fact, now that they are a recognized breed in Australia, their original stock came from America, but the name stuck as those odd things do.
At each stop along the way, the breed was further refined and further developed to, by the time the Californians are done with it, it is an American breed. It's the Australian Shepherd, but boy, it did go through a lot of refinement in California. So it's kind of like a three-cornered history of that breed. The first part of it is told in Basque Country in Europe. The second part is told in Australia. And the third part is told in California.
The Australian Shepherd assimilated to American ways. In fact, they became a centerpiece of what many around the world view to be one of the iconic, quintessential images of early United States culture.
It becomes a great favorite of cowboys. I would consider it the #1 cowboy dog, because what do cowboys do? They herd cattle. In the movies, they come in off the range and they go into the saloon and they raise some hell and they break some chairs over each other's heads and call it a night. But they got the money for that carousing by herding cattle. And the Australian Shepherd was the breed of choice of cowboys all across the American West.
Herding dogs do work for their master. If they're doing it right, they're an extension of us. Their instincts are beyond what ours are, and their speed is certainly beyond what ours is, but an Australian Shepherd should be looking to its owner for direction.
It certainly worked that way in Boulder, Colorado, where the Australian Shepherd's ability to be relatively unaffected by altitude helped it win the affections of Colorado ranchers. All over the world, this breed is still used for herding, but the higher profile it now enjoys was really due to its performance in another arena.
Later on, when automated farming and herding started to spring up, the Australian Shepherd became a favorite of rodeos, which replicate the work of cowboys. The Australian Shepherd became kind of the unofficial official dog of American rodeos.
Rodeo clowns use them, and some of the entertainers for rodeos. One of the famous ones was Jay Sisler. He was an incredible trainer because his dogs did fun, very impressive tricks. That's where a good part of their popularity came from. Disney did 1 or 2 movies using him, and the dogs are incredible.
That elite ability to take to training has paid off recently as well. Australian Shepherds are consistently high performers in all manners of American Kennel Club dog sports. They are both seemingly tireless and intensely devoted, and it might be that very commitment to their owners that allows them to adjust to what their surroundings require at any given moment.
When you're ready to go, they are ready to go. You certainly could not out-exercise them, but Aussies have a wonderful off switch. Once they're in the house, they can be a very easy house dog. They sleep, and they're willing to. It isn't like they're on a downstay, holding their breath until the next energy spurt. They're very comfortable just being at your energy level at that time. They're a fun breed. They can be very amusing. Well, I think we should all be chauvinistic about the breed we choose, so I will tell you they're wonderful at everything. They're good for our ego. They really do want to work for us. And they're active, and I think they're beautiful.
Imagine a breed with glamorous good looks, the speed of a racehorse, and a history like no other. Meet the Afghan Hound, one of the world's oldest dog breeds.